to kind of a somewhat more general point, you know, we really don't know exactly, you know, we so rarely even say exactly what we mean. We don't see the consequences of our actions. We do the best we can, and we still manage to screw up, professionally, personally, all these other different ways. And it's really great when we do. I think we should just totally embrace it. I mean, you know, very trivial stuff to start. You know, this is a marketer in Buenos Aires, Argentina, decided that the most studly name they could come up for a men's cologne was Kevin. Right? That's the world's worst mascot. It's not the mascot for Coffee Luwak, but I swear to God, I think it could be. Somebody in a boardroom actually said, yes, I see that. Yeah, it's actually for a meat product, which I don't recommend. This is intended to be a helpful road sign. I was on my way to Glasgow, and I came across this, and I looked at it, and I thought, and I realized that really the best way to proceed would be to not want to go to Glasgow anymore. Keep going. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. That's in China. That's a... what is that? Is that warning us that car bombings happen all the time here? Or is it telling us, it's a circle with a slash through it, is it saying no car bombings on this block? Or is it no parking, and if you do, we'll blow your car up? I don't know. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. This time, they need a new slogan. You know what? I had happiness for breakfast. I'm full. I don't really need any more right now. And then this time... That's in Guadeloupe, France. That's actually the French word for soft is doux, and you can double it, and somebody had marketed that one real well. So we do screw up. We screw up big time. And ultimately, what I was trying to talk about is how we really don't see what's coming next. And this was in South Africa again. This is on the road between Oudtshoorn and Bloemfontein. And it's across the high belt, which is actually a lot like some rural Colorado, very flat, really kind of beautiful. And I have no idea what language that is. I still, to this day, it's a couple of years, I have no idea what that is, what that means. But I'm driving and there's a big warning sign. There's some Udinaway is going to get me. I don't know what this means. And I'm looking around. I pulled the car over because am I entering a military area? Is there going to be giant, you know, meat mascots running down the street? What am I in for here? And I really didn't know, so I proceeded. And there's storm clouds gathering on the horizon anyway. It's getting dark. The sun's setting behind me. And I'm thinking with some trepidation, what's going to happen next? And this is what came next. I'm all stressed out. And then I see the most beautiful rainbows I've ever seen in my life. The sun's going down behind me, big storm clouds up ahead, horizon to horizon, two perfect semicircles. And I swear to God, I haven't retouched the colors in that photograph. That's really what it looked like. What a freaking cool planet. So now I'm thinking everything's great, right? And then the sun keeps setting behind me and turns into a red fireball. And then in the foreground, in the storm clouds I'm driving toward, gah! And now I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be the worst night of my life. I'm driving into a hellmouth, for God's sake. And it was 3 hours of some of the scariest night driving I've ever done. I mean, it's a road I'm not familiar with. Oncoming traffic's on the other side of the street because you drive on the left there. There's no berm in a lot of places. There's no street. I was terrified for some torrential rain. And then I turn on the radio, and it turns into a nice night again. Picked up an oldie station in Pretoria. Who knew there were oldie stations in Pretoria? And the song, swear to God, oh where can my baby be? And I'm home again. And it was fantastic. So anyway, you never see what's coming next. And now in some more serious ways we don't see what's coming next. This is Shanghai, and that's a little dim in the way this is illuminated. So on the right, the sign says, the former site of the Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Youth League. If you follow that arrow, go down the alley, make a right into another alley, there's the little room where the commies conspired in the 1930s when it was all illegal. And those guys eventually seized power. The communist revolution came, and I don't think they anticipated that it would end with a 70-foot Barbie. The world didn't turn out the way they thought it would. This is in Santiago, Chile. That's Salvador Allende, the first democratically elected Marxist in the Western Hemisphere. 1970, he's elected. He's a medical doctor. Starts giving milk for free to poor people. Oh my God, he's a communist. Let's get rid of him. And so for 3 years, massive destabilization. 1973, a horrific coup that's sponsored by half the developed countries in the Western Hemisphere, mostly the United States. And but to this day, he was replaced by Pinochet, this horrible dictator. But now you can't find any statues of Pinochet. Democracy came in 1990. Allende is viewed as a national hero. No matter what your political views are, he was killed in their equivalent to the White House. and actually committed suicide as the building was being bombed by Pinochet's forces. And so he died as a martyr to the Chilean left, and they put his statue in front of Citibank. Groups. This is a place called Hagia Sophia. This is in Istanbul, Turkey. This is one of the most beautiful places in the world. This is was actually built in, it started construction in 532 under the Emperor Justinian. It was built as the most beautiful church in all of Christendom. It was a Christian church for hundreds and hundreds of years. And stone cutters and masons and architects and all these people with great technical skill, really kind of the equivalent of you guys in the 6th century, made this into the most beautiful church that they could possibly make it. And a few hundred years go by, and then here come the Muslims. And they put up some minarets, and then it becomes one of the most beautiful mosques in all of Islam. And for hundreds of years, Muslim masons and artisans made it the most beautiful thing they could make. And then, in the 20th century, in comes Ataturk's secular revolution, and it's not a mosque anymore. It becomes a temple, a secular museum to both traditions, which is what it still is to this day. And so if you walk inside there, yeah, there's Allah and all the Arabic stuff. And up there at the top, you can see Mary and Joseph. They scraped off the stuff the Muslims had covered over, and now it's a place where people from all religious faiths come and meet each other, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And yet not a single person working on this for centuries had any idea what they were actually making. All of those people who put the deepest love of their passion, their work, into to making this so beautiful, thought they were making something that it didn't turn out to be at all. It actually kind of came out better than they were ever imagining. I try to keep this in mind whenever something doesn't work out the way I was planning.